Alright, hi everybody, it's me, Bonkai922. Okay. Anyway. 7 Deadly Sins, Nanatsu no Taizai, chapter review. Actually, there's a few chapter reviews to do. I want to apologize because I didn't get to do the Toriko by reaction last week. That's because I did Gangster before I did that, and just lost track of time and everything else, work week and everything. But this coming week, I will do a live reaction to the recent chapter, previous chapter, and so on and so forth. Also, I guess I'll try to do One Piece and Bleach. But alright. This chapter test. Also, I gotta do a comedy. Later today. This chapter of Taizai. Now, people have voiced their opinion about me on King. Here's the thing. And this chapter was 134. You who is no longer my captain. I read it during work. Here's the thing. Bond? Yeah. He gets... King did a horror... Compared to what happened, because logistically, there are only two people who went up to Meliodas and basically told him about this thing, about him being a demon. Bon and King. And what I find interesting is Bon brought it up during a very, 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 very dangerous and life-threatening time. Like, literally, the time he brought this up and he had a fight with Meliodas was when Elizabeth was kidnapped by Hendrickson. Think about it. That's when he brings it up. Bond. And he has that little fight with Meliodas. And here's the thing. Meliodas allows Bond to kill him. Of course, Meliodas then says, that doesn't mean I'm not going to let you kill me. But Meliodas doesn't have any, anger about it. He understands. It's like saying he would do the same. Now let's look at King's argument and fight. I'm sorry. No. And I know I'm harping on King a lot. Last week I was, this week I am. But when compared to how Bond handled it, no. Now, since King's going to watch Meliodas in this chapter, this is after the whole argument, Jenna basically tells them to get out. Because they're fighting each other. Also, we find out in this chapter King's power as the ability to turn a small wound into a grave wound. Marilyn said it best herself. Like, for example, a small tremor could be a large tremor. Like, a poison could be like a massive toxin. This is based on King's abilities. His power. Now, the thing about it is, even Meliodas brings it up to him. He's like, oh yeah, but are you the real Fairy King? He's like, I'm the one asking the questions. I'm like, Bond had a better confrontation. I'm sorry. King, you fail. King fails. Compared to how Bond brought it up to Meliodas. Now, true, Bond was coerced by the Goddess Clan with that corporate thing. But You know, Bond, he respects Meliodas because Meliodas basically said do it. And he's like Captain. Mutual respect. King's like, no, no. He was being very like rude and saying, "Oh, are you this? Are you that?" I'm not harping on King here. And also, after the whole situation's over and they leave, King feels like a pain in his shoulder, which I think was caused by Meliodas. Because Meliodas hits him briefly. Now, this whole fight, this whole spat, it lasted like let me just check here. Because it lasted for a while, but their conversation back and forth, apparently, I'm not connected to the internet. That sucks. Anyway, it didn't last long. It really didn't. It didn't last at all. That long. Like, it lasted like halfway through. And he's like, and then even Meliodas tells him, I can't tell you right now. Eventually I will tell you the whole story. He's like, then I'm gonna keep watching you. I understand, listen, I'm not harping on King. Listen, people are gonna attack me. Not harping on him. But for the last couple of chapters, I'm sorry. I understand, yes, I understand, okay. His sister was killed by a demon, but let's be honest here. Let's be honest here, King. You weren't there. I'm proving a fact here. He wasn't there. Every member of the seven deadly sins has their sin. Meliodas has his sin. Bond has his sin. King has his sin. Everyone has their sin. And if you're going to, if you can't trust Meliodas, it's like, you're not my captain anymore. All right, I understand. I respect that. But I'm sorry, you did not go. Bond did it better. Bond did it better. I'm sorry. Bond over King when it concerns with the confrontation with Meliodas. Bond had a lot more emotion going in on it, and it was a lot more respect between him and Meliodas. King, I'm sorry, King acted like a whiny little bitch walking around saying this, saying that. Now I'm gonna watch you. Listen, why don't you go fight the Ten Commandments, King? By yourself. Let's go do that. Because that's what needs to happen. That's that. If you can't trust Meliodas, you're fucked. King can't fight the Ten Commandments. I don't care how powerful King is. So, overall, the chapter, I liked it. 4 out of 5. The end, we had basically, you know, the Ten Commandments felt so, like, the power was in this amber thing and was released. Meliodas absorbed it and it was just blackness, just complete darkness. That was fucking awesome. I was like, yo. And we basically got his power back. And the Ten Commandments, no. So, speculation of how powerful Meliodas is right now. I would have to say he's at least as powerful as at least the top 4 Ten Commandments. And that's just kneeballing it. That's just me really thinking, like, specifically. So, but overall, good chapter. 4.5 out of 5. But this thing with King, all right. You don't trust Meliodas. You're gonna keep an eye on her. Da 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 da. Fine. But let's not all forget, King, you kind of abandoned your sister there. Just putting it out there. And no offense, I'm not gonna say I hate King, but I'm going to say that I think King, he doesn't have the level of respect that Bon has for Meliodas. And I think when Meliodas and Bon had their confrontation, it was a lot more, in my opinion, more interesting than this. During a training session, give me a break, man. Bon confronted Meliodas during a war when Elizabeth was kidnapped. When do you confront him? Oh, they're in a cave training. Huh? I know I'm harping on King, but I don't know. I think he needs to. He's probably got something in his jimmies or something. He's like, someone rustled his jimmies or something. Maybe it's because he's missing Diane. Maybe that's what it is. But I think he's the second person who brought this up with Meliodas. And Bon brought it up. Then after that, he left. For obvious reasons. But still, 4 and 4.5 out of 5. I wonder what this King thing. I don't think King. Listen. Eventually, when they fight the 10 Commandments, King's gonna have to just like put that aside. You have to put it aside. I'm sorry. What you do? What are you, Robert De Niro? Get the fuck out of here. You're not Robert De Niro, King. But I talk too much about it. I'm sorry. People are upset about it. What I feel. But that's what I got for you guys. Bankai 922. Should be interesting as we go along now that the 10 Commandments know. Now let's get power back. So we'll see where that goes. Should be very interesting. I'll see you guys later.